Hello, pocket knife community, knife lovers, knife enthusiasts, interested viewers. Holder here. Well, you may or may not know that the Biblio is technically the first giant mouse ever made off the Ace line, right? So Giant Mouse started out with the GM1, which the GM line, if you know, is their limited production frame locks. And once they build a frame lock, they sort of come behind that with a liner lock that is the Ace line that supports that frame lock. So the Giant Mouse 1, GM1, was the first Giant Mouse, the GM line. And the Ace Biblio was the first Ace to come off based off that GM line. So when I first got into Giant Mouse, the first Ace I bought, or the first Giant Mouse I bought, was the Ace Reeve, the small one. But the second one I bought was the Biblio. And I got this one. I wanted something that had a little bit more, because I missed the GM1 and I wasn't, I don't own a GM1. I figured if I'm going to get a Biblio, I want one that is, I want a Biblio that's got some spunk to it. So, this definitely costs a little more, but this is the smooth carbon fiber version of the Biblio. And this is a very nice knife. Very nice. Yeah, so let's just get into it. The Biblio, as nice as a knife it is, it has its flaws. And one of the major flaws of the Biblio is not necessarily that it's too small, because there are knives that are smaller than this, right? But as you notice, I have my fingers hanging off the back. They gave you this flats in the back to help that hang off, but it's still small. The front finger choil is very small, too small for your finger, for the average adult male, I would say. A child, which a child shouldn't be holding a pocket knife, and maybe most women, this knife probably would fit their hands, but we all know that the pocket knife industry is dominated by males. I mean, it's just obvious that it is. Even though every woman in my family carries a pocket knife, that's not the norm. But I would definitely say that that's the problem with this knife. It's not that it's too small; it's that the proportions are too small. The front finger choil in relation to the index point on the handle is so tight. The front finger choil is so small that, it's just tight. And it's dangerous because there's a sharp edge there. And Giant Mouse recognized this, okay? And what they did was they came out with the Giant Mouse Biblio XL. In most cases, especially that I've heard of, when a knife manufacturer comes out with an XL version of it, they don't get rid of the old version, because that's why there's an XL. There's an XL, and then there's the regular or the small or the compact, But that's not what Giant Mouse did. Giant Mouse came out with the Giant Mouse Biblio XL, and it replaced the Biblio. So you know what that tells us, right? That tells us that they recognize that this knife, in essence, is a mistake. It really is. The proportions are wrong. The proportions are wrong. Like I said, it's okay to have a small knife, but when the proportions, put it like this, the Ace Reeve, that's much smaller than this, has better proportions than this knife. So enough criticism of Giant Mouse. Now I'm going to congratulate them, because instead of crying about it, they reintroduced the XL, and they gave it the right proportions. They made the knife bigger, and it replaced this. And lo and behold, Yeah. So lo and behold, that's what we have here. And yeah, I have been actually waiting for this knife here. Oh, this is so cool. I love that. For a very long time. When the XL came out, I didn't go out and buy one. It came in green canvas micarta and G10. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it came in G10 and green canvas micarta, and I didn't get one because I really wanted one that had a little something extra. And I didn't know that they were going to make something a little something extra. I just know that they do. And I'm going to tell you, even though I do have titanium reeves, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of them. I'm really not. Let me show you what I mean. Let me go grab one of my titanium reeves. I mean, not reeves, ace lines. Hold on. Okay, so this is the Mini Grand or the Atelier. And this is, titanium liner lock. And I like this knife. I'm not going to sit here and dog this knife. I like this knife a lot. I'm just not that much in love with this titanium. When I first got it, I was like, but I don't know. I'm not that much in love with it. Really not. Not to go out and get a Biblio in that. Now the Tribeca, this is just smooth titanium. I love the titanium on this. So if they came out with a Biblio XL that had titanium, is what I was waiting for, and it was the smooth titanium like in the Tribeca, I would definitely have jumped all over it. Well, guess what, guys? Lo and behold, we're going to do one better than that. Giant Mouse does it again. Giant Mouse came out with the Ace Biblio in black titanium. It's a titanium blackout version on Halloween. I jumped all over it. Had to. Yeah, Giant Mouse, you got me. You got me on that one. There's nothing I could do about it. And I'm pretty sure, yeah. And they capped it off by making the blade steel Magna Cut. So they know how to mess with people, Giant Mouse. I noticed that. If you're a Giant Mouse fan, they know just how to get you. Over there, Giant Mouse. Those guys over there are funny. Well, yeah, it's in here. I'm going to tell you right now, this knife, I haven't even seen this knife yet. And I've never held one in hand. But I'm telling you, I know that this knife is going to be exactly what I'm looking for. And it's going to be better than the GM1. It really is. It really is. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolute fire. Oh my goodness. Whoo-wee. Look at that right there. They did it. Titanium blackout. Man. Oh goodness. Oh, sorry guys. Got a little too excited. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta admit that I thought the handle would be a little longer. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and it's not bad. No, let me see something. Oh yeah. No, they did it right. Yeah, you can see it right there. They did it right. They needed to make that knife a little bigger. I'll line them up at the pivots. 7.5 instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So 6.5, 7.5. Yeah. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it would have been nice if we had a captured pivot, guys. I'm already complaining about that. But, yeah. No, but the proportions that I was talking about are definitely there. I have to admit the Ergos using the front, using the main index on the handle does put you a little far back, but this is an EDC tool. This is a EDC. This is a, you know, this is definitely, but coming up to that front choil, oh, they did it right. They definitely did that front choil right. It is generous. The edge right here is nice, knockdown chamfered so you don't cut yourself. And it's much bigger. Oh yeah, yeah. Much, much bigger front finger choil. So that's what they did. That's what they needed to do for this knife. And I love the way they replaced it. I love the fact that they replaced it. And they, you know, those guys, they're not afraid to say, listen, we messed up a little bit. You know, we messed up a little bit. I love this knife for what it is. It's the first Ace line knife. So being a Giant Mouse collector, yeah, I'm having this. I'm loving it. This is going nowhere. It's in my collection. But as a functional, real tool, and you know, it's got its shortcomings, this definitely corrects them. Much bigger. That whole inch bigger really gives you a lot of space. And you can choke up on this. Wow. Jimping is excellent. Crown spine, Magna Cut, blackout PVD, blade. Whew, I'm scared. I'm scared. Those look like T8s too, in the back. I'm pretty sure those are T8s. They look like it because you can always tell a T8 because the hole, like the way the hole looks in the screw, like it just looks massive. And that, yeah, T8. Yeah, T8s all the way around. Yeah, they got rid of the T6s. Yeah, absolute fire. Absolute. Oh, okay, it is absolutely on fire in this room. Let me turn my. Sheesh. Whew, sweating in here. Yeah, no, that's yeah, really nice. Whew. Oh my goodness, out the box, man. Oh, you know what? That's crazy. This knife feels broken in already. Yeah, it feels like, wow, that is smooth. That feels like the Tribeca. Like the Tribeca is one of the best feeling. Oh yeah, now the Tribeca is still, oh, that is unbelievable. And this knife isn't even broken in right. Beautiful reverse flick. The D10 is perfect. Whew. Oh my goodness. Woo! Yeah, Giant Mouse does it again. Yeah, this Blackout XL is nice. Yeah, I like the way they replaced it. I like the fact that they did that because this is really not it. It's really not it. It deserves this. You know, this is not how thick this knife is. This shouldn't be a 6.5 inch knife. It's too thick. It's too stout. They needed a little bit more real estate on it, and they came out with it and they did it. And this knife, this is a real nice knife. I'm going to tell you, this is not the GM line, but I'm going to put this in the same category as my GM11, you know, my GM P5, like my top Giant Mouse knives, my limited edition stuff. This is actually limited edition anyway. Yeah, it sold out right away. Yeah, it didn't take long. You know, it sold out right away. This thing is absolutely, oh man, the reverse flick on this is nice. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, Magna Cut steel, all the strengths and none of the weaknesses of the old Biblio. So yeah, they did it. They did it with this. So all right, you know, carry it for a while. It's gonna be a little bit of a user. It's Magna Cut, you know, it's got the PVD on there, you know, so it's bulletproof. The action feels extremely smooth. The ergos feel beautiful, hand melting. Front finger choil is perfect. So they made sure. They're a much more experienced company now than when they first, you know, made this knife. And I really respect them for correcting it. And I'm going to crap on Spyderco just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is the difference between Spyderco, did with the Bodacious and the Shaman. I mean, I understand why Spyderco would keep the Shaman, because there are people that love the Shaman. They really are. So I ain't mad at any one of them, you know, so I get it, why they would make the Bodacious another whole knife instead of just saying this is the new Shaman, like these guys did. But, you know, I guess that's a different program right there, you know. I can actually see why they would replace this, because this, as good as amazing as this knife is, it's really, it needed it. Yeah, so all right. Anyway, that's a good one. This is a winner. A 10. Yeah, 10. Look at that. Perfectly centered blade. Man. Beautiful reverse flick. Ergos. Oh, all right. Let me stop creaming over this. All right. Thanks a lot.